Well, we are live. Agent Smith.
Hello, everyone.
I've forgotten to put my camera on. I'm going to see if I can actually change that now. Oh, I've hit the wrong button again to the show. Interesting times overnight. Bitcoin took a bit of a retracement. Last time I checked it just before we came on, it was pushing the low support, sorry, 5,500. So that was interesting. I think I am on now, am I? Yes, I am. I don't know. Camera problem. Hangouts can't use the selected camera without a working camera. Okay. Well, we could be without cameras today. That's interesting.
I'm trying to share my desktop, but it's saying there's a connection failure for some reason.
Yeah, mine's being a bit funky as well. It's not actually letting me get a not letting me get a, unfortunately. Hey, A-Dog. Saucy Links here as well. A-Dog on the race today.
Yo, who's got the motorcycle?
It's AccuFi, buddy. How's it going, guys?
Hey, man. I'm also a motorcycle rider.
Welcome. How you doing, man?
Yeah, really, really good, man. I actually I saw that. I was just thinking about you because I saw a message that you put up in our community group and just mentioning how you helped that homeless guy out with some Bitcoin and a phone. That was pretty cool, man. I like that sort of style.
Yeah, that was cool, man. He was over at the gas station and he was like restoring headlights on cars, and I was like, "Here, bro, let me help you out with something."
That's awesome, man. I love saying that sort of stuff. That's great. And also, I sent a quick message over to Rocky as well, just to see if he wanted to join us on a future show, just to talk about the B2X upcoming fork and the implications of no replay protection and just what that means. There's a lot of us in our group who are a little unsure about it, and we just wanted an expert like him to set us straight. So I'm hoping he'll be able to come on the show maybe in the next couple of weeks if I can twist his arm.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and right now he's at a new Bitcoin meeting that's in the area. He's going to go check and make sure that the person's not scamming everybody. So he's sitting in the background right now. So, you know, when stuff happens new in your area, you want to make sure that somebody's not just scamming everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I actually attended a bit of a Bitcoin meetup last night myself. Joe's on the chat. That's Crypto Care and Jace, Aussie Canuck. We met up last night at a bit of a Bitcoin meet, and he bought me a couple of beers using Bitcoin. So that was a novel experience for me, first for me, and that was good fun.
That's cool. Yeah. Now, you guys can use your 10X card in Australia right now, or no?
Well, no. Jace was actually on the CoinJar card, and that seems to be actually pretty good rates in Australia. He said it's usually around 1.7%, which is actually cheaper than what other ways I've found to sort of get my crypto out or spend my crypto. That seems to be one of the cheaper things. G'day, TNC. TNC is just listening while driving. We get that a lot. So it's a good time because we've all, none of us have actually got cameras on today, mate. So you're not missing anything in terms of seeing anything. But yeah, no, just getting back onto the cards, that seemed like a good, yeah, it's called CoinJar debit card. Thanks, Jace, for clearing that up. He's just in the chat there. Yeah, Joe, I don't even know how to turn on the webcam, man. If you can leave some instructions on there, I tried it through Google Hangouts, but it wouldn't work for me. If you can leave some instructions there, I'll give it a go. In the meantime, I just wanted to ask, while we've got you on the chat, ACU5, and just what your thoughts are until we do get some words from Rocky on the upcoming forks for both BTG and B2X. Do you have any? I'm guessing you're probably not going to have a whole lot of good things to say about either. Would that be fair?
I'm just confused on all of it just as much as everybody else, man. Honestly, yeah, it's complicated, you know, with all these people trying to support it, and then all these other exchanges saying no, and then all this news about, you know, people's Bitrexes, everybody's selling all their shit off of there, and people are getting hacked onto there. I tried to actually log on to mine today in America, and I couldn't log in. So I'm kind of worried about that.
Yeah, right. That's yeah. They said that was for Bittrex. You said, yeah.
Yeah, that was Bittrex today.
Yeah. So I actually got I've read a statement on that. I've actually got got it here. I don't know if you, but it's come out of Bittrex on statement on disabled lease this morning. Investment group pack of the news. It just reads, we would like to address recent reports regarding Bittrex account suspensions. We occasionally conduct compliance reviews and are working vigilantly to protect our service and our users from harm. As part of a compliance review, we have temporarily suspended certain accounts pending the completion of the review. The total number of suspended, closed, and banned accounts is very limited, less than 0.1% of the total accounts on Bittrex. More than 99 Bittrex accounts are unaffected. Any reports that Bittrex miscalculated or misapplied its exchange fees, that there is a security problem with the exchange, that Bittrex lost any coins stored on users' behalf, or that Bittrex is trying to access Slack to discuss the status of their accounts are incorrect. We are committed to making Bittrex a strong, safe, and compliant exchange where people can securely participate in the digital currency economy. We ask for patience from our highly valued customers. As for us, we plan to keep calm and carry on. So that's the response from Bittrex regarding those accounts. But I got to tell you, like, for the amount of noise I've heard about it, know whether that figure of 0.1% of account, 0.1% is actually, because I have heard quite a few people complaining about it actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and everybody's trying to spread FUD on it too because of all these forks are trying to get Bitcoin cheaper too right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think that
they don't want it. You can tell in the charts that they don't want it to go over $6,000 because they want more people to keep on buying in under 6,000. That's what I believe. I think that one of the big holders right now is trying to keep the price down for other people to get in.
Sounds good to me.
That's an interesting point. It's really not. I saw it hitting strong resistance around 5,800 when I've been spot checking it. So
you got to think about the people.
Certainly.
You got to think about the developers and like Roger Ver and all that. Look what happened to Bitcoin Cash today, and look what happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash went up, $50, and Bitcoin went down. But who has a lot of this? Richard Ver has a lot of this Bitcoin. You got to imagine this. So he can really change this market if he wants, and then start pumping Bitcoin Cash, and they get all the people, to dump all their fucking life savings in Bitcoin Cash. And then he can dump back onto that, because Bitcoin Cash, you already know how I feel about that and how their scalability is going.
Well, I know how you feel about it. I'm not overly researched on how their scalability is going, because I never saw it as a great value addition to the economy in the first place. I've never kept an eye on it, and I've never done anything with it. I just sort of stupidly sat my Bitcoin Cash there. I told everyone on this show to sell out at 600 and didn't do it myself. So
I sold at 900 on Yobit. I got lucky. Right when it was available, I sold at 900. It's never going to.
Nice.
If it gets back up to there, whatever, I don't even care about it, just because of the whole development team behind it and all the manipulation that's going on just between that. So I'm out of that. It has red flags all over it for me. So you can't fuck with Bitcoin.
No, not. I think it was. Look, I spoke to my cousin about it. He never liked it. I really haven't heard too many people saying positive things about it. Matter of fact, I can't recall anyone saying anything positive about it. So, it surprises me that it's held the position that it has, to be honest, Bitcoin Cash. We'll see what happens going forward, but obviously I think most people are strong believers in Bitcoin over Bitcoin Cash for sure. Hey, Agent Smith, I'm just checking out your screen there. What are you working on there, mate?
Oh, I'm just looking at Neo. I saw that it ran up a little bit today.
Yeah, cool. There's some...
Yeah, it looks like it might be going up for a little bit of fun here in a minute, but I don't know. It might not.
Yeah, I saw it when it was down at sort of 29 yesterday. A lot of people started talking about it again, saying, oh, it's a good price. It's under that 30 mark. And I said, well, probably pop back over there. But for me, I just think it's a little bit overhyped for the stage of where it's at. So I'm personally not investing anything in Neo at the moment. What's your thoughts on it? I don't think you're holding any at the moment, are you, Agent Smith?
I think it's a gamble at this point. I know a lot of people are really into Neo and they're all for Neo, but I just don't trust it. I have a bad feeling in my gut. But you know, with all the China stuff, it's hard. It's really hard to say. You know, with Neo's popularity within the crypto world, you know, it's going to do all right, even if China decides to, you know, push it out. But they're going to have to make a move or something. I don't know. And Red Pulse was kind of a bumpy ride. They had some issues with that apparently. So I'm not really sure why Neo's so expensive compared to like the other things that are the same. Considering its track record isn't very long, it hasn't really accomplished a whole lot. I know a lot of people that are hearing this are probably like, yeah, screw you, Neo's awesome, but I'm just not impressed.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a huge number of people interested in Neo for sure, but I did hear that the Red Pulse ICO wasn't completely smooth, and given that's the only ICO we've had released at this stage, I've always said, you know, if you want to look at for a comparison, look at had one ICO listed on it, and it was obviously a lot cheaper than, or a lot less value for the whole market cap than what Neo is at the moment. So yeah, I think it's maybe a little bit overhyped. ACU5, I know you're more of a fan of trading the altcoins to acquire more of Bitcoin. Have you ever traded with Neo before, or is it something you've left alone altogether?
I used to love Neo when it was Ant Shares. You know, I was all into that, and then rebrand happened. I actually had a lot of it, and I sold it at the top at $40. And I have not gotten back in ever since the whole China news. It's kind of sketchy for me too.
Well, you did good.
Yeah, did really well. Yeah, I got back into it at Ant Shares as well. So you must have got it at similar prices to me. I started picking it up around $1.30 and was still buying it up till $2, and then I dumped pretty hard at $10 actually. And yeah, I don't have much left at all. But
I got lucky. Let's just say if it wasn't for this car crash I was in, I wouldn't have known about crypto. I wouldn't have known about any of this. And now, you know, being in a wheelchair and stuff, I'm not in a wheelchair no more. I can actually walk. So I'm glad about that. But, you know, I had a lot of time to just sit down and look at these charts all day long. You know, I didn't go to work. I didn't go out to the grocery stores. I didn't do nothing. I literally had computers in front of me the whole time. It's just dedication. So right now, I'm literally
for sure.
I'm not trading anything right now besides Litecoin and XLM. I got onto XLM really early.
Oh, you'd be happy about the recent announcements with IBM. Then that's I think that almost 2x straight away on that announcement, essentially, didn't it?
I sold at 230%, and then it dropped to about 130, and then I got back in a little bit, and then it wasn't going much higher, so I got out, and then I just rebought at this last dip at about 475.
Nice.
So you do like to play the trading game as well as is it for a continuous accumulation strategy? Is that what you're doing there?
I try to accumulate more and more and more, and then when the market, you know, does a big jump up, I sell off, and then that's just for more Bitcoin, which is everybody's goal.
That's
really.
very clever.
I really think it's everybody's goal in all this investment, because why would anybody sell anything if it wasn't for more Bitcoin?
Yeah, well, that's a reasonable point. I do actually sell a bit of PIVX because that's how I'm paid. So I've tried a few different methods in doing that, including using it through Living Room of Satoshi, which is an Australian, crypto to bank transfer, I guess, and you can pay bills through there as well. So I am able to spend the crypto that I'm earning directly through that method, but yeah, certainly I mean, anytime you're talking about taking profits, right? I trade a lot on Bittrex. I mean, that's the bulk of the volume is going through the BTC trade. So when you're trading in and out, your goal is to accumulate a higher, a higher level of BTC, basically. So I also do the Litecoin, the Ether trades, and I've even mucked around with a bit of Dogecoin trading just because I find people don't really do the calculations correctly. So you can actually get some really good value trades by using different coins as your basis. And plus, I actually don't mind accumulating Litecoin because I think it's a good project long term.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. I'm literally, I'd say I keep 20% to 30% in Litecoin just because of the stable price.
Yeah, well, stable and almost really stable uptrend. If you look at it, sort of when it took that big run up to $40, and that was pretty quick, and then it's been pretty stable since then. I mean, it's been up and down, but if you were to draw a line right through the middle of it, it's a nice growth pattern, really.
What a lot of people don't really watch out is, Litecoin can go up $10 in a night, but did it really go up against Bitcoin? You know what I mean? You got to look at the coin market cap and look at the comparison of US dollar price and then the Bitcoin price.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you actually if you're trading on somewhere like Bittrex, you can actually, the comparisons that you get in that right-hand column will be against the BTC, the actual BTC trade. So it's good to keep certainly an eye on those things as well, because it's not just about when you're playing accumulation and waiting for the sustained pump of any coin. It's not necessarily about the US dollar value at any given time. It really only becomes when you're first getting your fiats in and when you're getting your fiats out that you're actually relating it back to a fiat value. So in the meantime, you're just trying to accumulate more coins. That's the basic strategy.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I got to get going. Thanks for inviting on the show.
Later, man.
Yeah, cheers for coming in, and hopefully I can get a hold of Rocky and we can have a chat about the no replay protection and the implications of that going forward. Thanks very much for joining us, ACU5, and ACU5 is on YouTube as well for anyone interested.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Later, man.
Thanks, mate. Agent Smith, Ethereum. Did you see the one thing I wanted to talk about? Because this is the Ethereum that brought to the output up.
I'm sorry, I cut out. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But
yeah, I've got you. I was
Okay.
just wondering if you saw the graph that Zhao put up on our group this morning showing the increased speeds of Ethereum.
No, I didn't.
It was pretty interesting.
That's good for their scalability. They already had their fork, didn't they?
Here's stuff, but look away, guys. Sorry, I've just been flicking from screen to screen at the moment, trying to get things sorted. Just trying to crypto chat. Oh, I can't find it. This is that the actions have decreased significantly. The fork has been successful in increasing the of Ethereum flow. Durability is probabilities in massive economy at the moment that can make steps. Good thing for the whole ad Agent Smith. I think I've lost him live. Are you back with us, Agent Smith?
Yeah, man, I'm having some connection issues for some reason.
It's probably at my end. Either that or our normal adversary.
Yeah, it's either Russia or my internet's been kind of weird lately. I need to call about it. Yeah, I've been having some issues with my internet recently. Like videos when
Rush.
playing HD.
I was just basing fork scalability, and to do that is for the economy. So playing HD, that's cool. Okay, I'll just say good day to a few people who've jumped in the chat that have joined us. Yeah, Mike T actually makes a good point. G'day, Mike T. G'day, TNC. Mark G. Agent Smith. Oh, you're in the chat as well. Okay. Hourglass. Everyone's here. NZ Street Beats. One of the people made a good point. Yeah, Mike T said ETH has been going down today, though. Have you heard anything that would suggest a reason why that would be happening, or are you thinking it's just the swings of the market there, Agent Smith?
I have no idea. I don't really follow Ethereum too much, but from last I heard, their fork was going well. Nothing was going wrong. I don't know why it's down.
Yeah, no, I can't come up with a solid reason for why it is down. Let's check I'll just check the how much it has dipped. Just checking the market to see 10% just as it fluctuates. Very volatile market, 10%. Unless it's 300, I won't be overly at 330 a bit. With the forking scene and no song out. Hey, that's a little check. You're in Ethereum. Good time to buy. Let's get on Ripple. What happened? Losing connection. Hello? Connection. I'll just check in. Can you still hear me, Agent Smith?
Yeah, I'm just cutting in and out.
I think it might be at my end, perhaps.
No, it's definitely mine. Mine was acting weird earlier.
Yeah, well, I think we might. I might think. I'm not sure. We might. Pete, do you want to just give us some feedback? Because if we need to cut this stream, we might just do that, man. Can you hear us at all? Pete's just on the chat. Oh, it's better now. Okay, thanks, Jace. All right, we'll keep going. Just let us know if it does cut out, and we'll kill it for today. And I'll try and. It's all good now. Cool. All right. So yeah, Ripple sort of dived off a cliff, Agent Smith.
Yeah, it's a lot of people because of the conference today. They kind of flooded out. Because they were saying, it's going to be a while before it's going to get adopted in a large way. I don't know if you guys can even hear me right now.
Yeah, I've got you coming through loud and clear.
Okay, but like one of the panels was like basically saying that this isn't going to be a short-term type thing. It's going to be a long process, and like that's whenever the sell-off started happening pretty much, which I can expect. You've kind of seen the same pattern happen for the last couple of conferences in the crypto world. I'm not worried about it. I still believe in them fundamentally, and I'm kind of seeing this as a good buy point right now.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. And some people are just in for quick money. That's the reality. And when you get news that it might not be as quick as you wanted, some people go, "Oh, I'll look for something else," and that can certainly start a bit of a panic sell. Mike T said that I made some good money buying that Ripple dip. By good money, I mean like $50. Hey, any profit's good profit, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Shit. This is about where I entered in before all this happened, and I could have sold at at the 5,300 mark or whatever, but I don't have time to be watching it that closely because I work throughout the day,
Right.
and so I just kind of have to catch up whenever I get at nighttime. So if I probably would have set my cells right around where it was at the top, but I should have set my cells in Bittrex with the conditionals and all that, but I've just kind of I didn't think that it was going to go up very much because I didn't really expect anything out of the Swell conference that was going to be that huge. But it's definitely dipped down a lot today. I think it's kind of rebounded a little bit from where it was. I think it was even lower a little bit ago.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen it that low in a while, and as you were suggesting before, it's that's probably a good buying when you get. That's what we're trying to do in this game: buy low and sell high. And I think long term, the project's still got a lot of validity and a lot of. It's going to have a lot of support behind it going forward. So, yeah, it might be a little bit slower than people expected to make some of the connections that they're trying to make in the real world. But honestly, I think people who are expecting that to happen overnight were a little naive. It's going to be a process. This whole crypto economy transitioning into the world is going to be a process, and I think people coming in looking to make that quick overnight money are probably most likely the ones going to be walking home with nothing at the end of the day. Mark G's just said there's a good.
Yeah, if you're looking for short-term gains, don't get into Ripple. It's not one of those really volatile. It's like you're either going to be 5% down or 5% up. It's not going to be one of those that like you just sign in and it's up 40% randomly. It's from what I've seen since I've been watching it, it's one of the most stable currencies out there.
Yeah, it certainly is that. Mark G's just suggested that you Google, or everyone Google Ripple Vitalik and see the panel discussion on XRP in Toronto today. So there's some advice from Mark G for the group. So, yeah, I think people who have bought even at the recent highs long term, they're going to be fine. It's just about being patient and waiting for it to come back. I think with Ripple, it should be fine. Speaking of those big that you wake up and see gains. Coin that I had a few exclusive coins, it got pretty heavily overnight. The sixth time that it's happened, getting into it. And it sounds pretty well. This pumped in history. I'd just wait for it to kick back down, buy it, sit there and wait for how long it takes, and I've already got my sell orders set, and honestly, it's probably been one that's successful exclusive. Hitting it at 50 this morning, I think it hit. It's this morning I got